Hey y'all, yes, it's Ella coming to you with just a quick demo on the journal cover that I created, which if you'll bear a moment, I'll grab. Now this was just a hard cover, and I covered it with tissue paper to give it a faux leather look, and one of you crafters, or a couple actually, asked me how I'd done it, and I promised I'd make a bit of a process video. So while I'm starting to make some videos now, I'm just gaining some confidence, so bear with me. From a newbie to a newbie. So as you know, or may not know, I gutted the book out. Now there is demonstrations that tell you how to use a Stanley knife so you don't cut into the cover itself, and if you do, it's an easy fix. So just message me if you've had that issue before, and I'll give you an idea of how I went to repair it. So what we do is we just make up now you can use any glue, they all hold up well, and I just do a 50-50 consistency, and I started off with boiling water first to get the glue all sort of evenly spread throughout the water, and then just let it cool down. So it's a 50-50 mix. Then with your napkins you take the layers apart, you know how they come with, and I just give it a scrunch up. There's no rhyme or reason. Okay, so I'm going to only do one side in case I haven't, because I just do things as I see them or think about them, and I don't actually write down the recipe or the instructions. So I just go with the flow. So I just have my mix there, and I just give it a very light coat initially. Now you don't have to worry about the globs of glue because it will just all add to the project, and with it being watered down, the likely chance of that happening is zero. So you just sort of give it a quick coat. Make sure you get the corners, because it's important. And you can always go back and check on it, oops, and see how it goes. So you've got your scrunched up tissue paper napkin, and you just place it down. And you can trim it up later. Don't ever cut to size because it shrinks and changes. And you can also pull it out if you don't like some of the creases. And if you break the tissue paper, not to worry. Just push it down like that, because you'll be going over it again. So now normally I would wait till this dries before I actually do the staining of it, but I'll demonstrate with you so you know how the stain, the coffee stain, adheres and applies to the cover. Now a lot of people may use, what is it called, Mod Podge, Matte Deco glue. There's various different things you can use, but just water them down, and you'll work out, you know, the consistency. You know, like some of the things that I'm showing you are 6, 7, 8 years old. They've just been packed away. I had no confidence. So yeah, until I found this group, and I thought, well, I'll give it a shot and see how we go. So I've got many unfinished projects stored, but this year is all about following through and gaining some confidence and finishing up things. So I'll get to, and that's what I'm showing you on the group site. So that's just one layer. Now I'm going to be doing 2 layers. You can just keep it at 1 and have the colour come through. I'm not sure how it would go with just a coffee stain on that. It may, but yeah, patina. It might have a. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to leave it at 1, because you know, with the green and the browns, it might have patina sort of look about it. Now I'm just going to use the same brush. Now this is a coffee mix, hot water again. Just put a couple of teaspoons of coffee in, and I'm not quite sure how much, but if it's not dark enough, I have a tip for you. So you just basically dip your brush in and just start dabbing. Now if you've got a dabber brush, even better. And you know, as we know that the more layers, the darker and deeper it gets. Now the reason why I use coffee is because it has a richness to it, the colour, and it gets into all the crevices and the little valleys and hills, and you know, that's where it will create the leathered look. Now you can, even like if you do decide to do it while the glue's wet, you can then, you know, sort of pat them little hills down, hills and valleys. Okay. So I'll completely finish this one and sort of talk to you more about it. Yeah, yeah, I'm a newbie at this, so I don't think I'm an experienced junk journaler. By no means, no means. I just get things quick, and you know, I understand the process of things, but my confidence was so low, I never completed a project at all. I have a mountain, so this year I'm promising myself to finish and complete. And if I can do the journals of the process, then you know from a newbie, this is just all new to me. You know, I watch a lot of videos, lots of videos. I understand the process, no problem, but until I see something that, you know, I can, I get it now. I mean, you do get it, but you know how you can relate to some things and some things not? Well, as soon as I can relate, that's when I have a bit more, I guess, motivation to be creative. Now you can see I've got a really big wet mess. Now, I like that. So I think when you're patting it down, just pat it down. Don't stroke it like I just done, because it may tear the paper. Now, even though you're not getting a lot of the air bubbles out, when it's dried, you can just put a little pin in it and pop it and flatten it down and just add a little bit of glue to where the pinhole is. So that's one layer of tissue and the copy. Now when it's dry, it'll then take on a darker appearance. But have I got I'll just have to use the top of the lid because I don't have to walk away from the workstation, and then I'll just watch the lid. So what I do is I haven't even got a tiny little spoon. Oh, hang on, I've got a spoon right here. Stir. I'm just pouring, I don't know if you can see that, a little bit of coffee in a cap lid. That's probably all you need. Probably about 4 teaspoons. And the magic is, I better put the lid on so it doesn't spill. In Australia we have Queen, and they do cake, you know, like packets where you make your own cake, bake your own cake, and the company's called Queen, and this is called Parisian branding essence. I use it to darken my gravy if I've sort of been too quick with, you know, with the ingredients. I usually put a bit of fat drained from a roast lamb, beef, pork, whatever. Pork, I don't eat pork. And then just fry a bit of that with some plain flour until it browns, and then you put your oxos in. So I use oxos, and you get that beautiful flavour through it. And sometimes if you don't allow the ingredients to sort of like burn off, it becomes light. So that's what I use to darken the gravy up. So let's just experiment here. Maybe too much in there. I'll actually pour a little bit out. Okay, so it's probably 1 teaspoon. And see the difference straight away. And then mix it. And then it's really rich. Okay. And for some reason it's sort of like thickened the mixture up. So, okay, so there we go, ladies. And gents, if any gents are watching. You've got a darker stain. Now, I may as well do this while you're here, finish the page, and then you can get an overall look of it. And I'll probably chitty-chat a matter. Yeah, I'm a woodworker. Well, I wouldn't say any by trade, but oh, there we go. We need more. Okay. Now, oh, okay. Just looking at that, I'm seeing a patina effect. So I might actually slowly, you know, go from dark to medium to light, and then bring it in that patina. I don't know. I visualise it, and then I guess with a bit of confidence, you then apply that little bit of knowledge you may have, or whatever, how much. Well, it's really got nothing to do with how much. It's applying those things. So as I'm gaining confidence, I'm actually doing them now, and it's good because, you know, I've showed a lot of products that I've made, but never showed the process. I think I did one, and it took forever because I didn't speed it up in certain places. See how that tissue just moved then? That's alright because you can always add a bit more. I think I broke it anyway, so, but I'll leave it be, let the book show through. So, okay. Yeah, so, you know, I've learned a lot from you ladies, from many ladies on YouTube, and I'm so thankful, and I will eventually get, because you sort of relate to certain crafters, you know, their style, the way, you know, the way they hold themselves, whatever. And, you know, you subscribe to them and you learn from them, and, you know, when you feel confident, you know, you apply that to your products and the things that you make, and, you know, you've got a group of ladies that relate to you, you relate to them, and they can uplift you and inspire you, you know. So if I can uplift people and inspire them, because, you know, I'm still a newbie, you know, I just enjoy it, and now gaining that bit of confidence, I'm then applying it. So yeah, well, I like that, because the book was, as you know, that colour, that teal green, beautiful colour. I don't know what you'd call it. So I might actually leave it at that, ladies. What do you reckon? We'll try and dry some of it. See how we go. Now you can just use a hairdryer. You don't have to go out and buy the heat gun, but just make sure it's got the 2 settings to low, and hold it at least a foot from your project so it doesn't blow all over the place. Okay, so let's see. I haven't used this for ages, so I'll probably smell. I only bought this on special. Yeah, you can see that it's doing something, and the heat may even flatten the ridges. I don't know if it's got a speed setting. No, just the one. I don't know. Now what I'll do is I'll continue to dry it and then speed up the process, and then probably do a voiceover the area that I've sped it up, because you don't want to get tired of watching it dry until the end. At least you get an idea. I just noticed some really big blotches, so I'm going to stretch I might put a bit more tissue paper there. I don't like how bare it is. Yep. So there you go. So that's all you do. You can just glue down and yep, I like that. Okay, I'll speed the camera up. Okay, what am I not do, it's going to take forever with a gun. So what I might do is put it outside and then come back